I'm Nicole Kwit. I'm a Fine Arts Bachelor's degree major. I went to Seoul in South Korea, where I went to Hankuk University of Foreign Studies. One place I really liked in Seoul, because I'm a fine arts major, I like to find places that have art or art related outside of galleries, which Seoul has a lot of fantastic, great galleries. But when you're in Myeongdong, which is a popular shopping area, along that way you can get to Seoul Tower, which is another really popular tourist attraction. And along the way, if you take a small detour, you can usually spot it because you'll start seeing street art. That's where an artist area is that has webtoon studios, comic studios, small shops. I think artist residencies are there too. Lots of street art. Most of them are more kind of like the webtoon based street art, but you'll see the streets themselves painted with scenes, and it's a really cool place to go if you're at all interested in art and things that aren't really shown in Seoul very actively. And another cool place I got to go to, I don't know if a lot of people would get the chance because I went with my program. We went to SBS Broadcasting Studios, which is one of the top 3 broadcasting studios in South Korea. And they're behind a lot of the really popular variety TV shows and just like the K-dramas that happen there and news broadcasts. And we got to go behind the scenes of where they film it, the radio station, etc. So that was a really interesting experience. So places that would be traditional South Korea that I visited and really enjoyed. I'm a big sucker for history and architecture. And when I was there, I spent a lot of time at the palaces and the temples, which is a super touristy thing to do. But it was really cool because with them, you couldn't actually go into the buildings, but you could walk around the grounds, and some of the buildings you could look in and you could see the architecture. And while you were there, you could see locals and sometimes tourists, but mostly locals in their traditional hanbok, taking pictures. Usually it was for school or just something they did for fun with their friends. And it was just really cool to see them like in their traditional clothes, in their palaces, like Cheonryong Palace, and I don't know, it was just really cool to see because you don't see that here. Even though you don't even see that, my family's originally from Poland, and whenever I go there, you don't see that there either. You don't see locals in traditional clothing taking pictures of their castles or their ruins. So it was interesting to see them still so connected with their history and the buildings connected to their history. Yeah. And one of my friends, she spoke Korean fluently, so she asked them so why are you have a good graduation or birthday? And they're like, no, we just wanted to dress in our traditional clothing and take pictures at the palace today. So it was nice. It was nice. Yeah, it's not something you hear about really. Well, a place that would be meaningful for me, I can't really say it would be a place that would be meaningful for other people. It was a really special experience because with the program I was doing in Seoul, I was taking some human rights courses. And one of them was the Human Rights in North Korea course, which was taught by a UN representative of the Human Rights in North Korea faction. And he is in charge of, I can't divulge, but he's in charge of almost everything that has to do with them trying to help the people there. And we got to go to a confidential facility where they took care of and aided North Korean defectors. They had healthcare there where the Korean defectors would be treated for hepatitis and tuberculosis, which many of them had because they couldn't get aid there. And they had dentists there because many of them came with rotten teeth or no teeth at all, and these are like children or young adults having it. So they would be taken care of there, and they had a school there where they'd be educated from just regular school education to crossing the road or how to use a cell phone so they could integrate themselves into South Korea more easily. And it was just a very interesting experience to see these people who you would never guess looking at them, that they just risked their lives and their families' lives and their generations' lives going from North Korea and escaping whatever way they did to get to South Korea, because you saw them with their kids and the kids were playing and laughing coming from their classes, and just young girls, like teenage girls walking around, and you just wouldn't think so. It was very interesting and very special, and also kind of heartbreaking too, because you would never think looking at them that they went through those things. So for me, that was a place that really sticks out in my mind when I think about it, probably because not a lot of people could go.